Look, I'm going to be honest with you. Most people think they know what makes a good crochet project, but they're completely missing the designs that actually get noticed. The ones that make people stop scrolling and say, wait, I need to make that. And today, I'm showing you exactly what those are. So here's the thing about crochet. Anyone can follow a basic pattern and make something functional. A simple blanket, a basic scarf, whatever. But there's a huge difference between something that just exists and something that makes people go, wow, where did you get that? And that's what we're diving into today. The kind of handmade crochet pieces that don't just sit in a drawer somewhere. The ones that actually get used, get compliments, and honestly, the ones that could even make you money if that's something you're into. Now, before we get into the actual designs, we need to talk about why most crochet projects fall flat. And this is something nobody really mentions. It's not about your skill level. I've seen beginners create absolutely stunning pieces, and I've seen advanced crocheters make things that are technically perfect, but just boring. The real problem is that people aren't thinking about what makes something visually interesting. They're not thinking about texture, color combinations, or how the item actually looks when someone's using it or wearing it. Let's start with wearable items, because this is where I see the biggest mistakes. Everyone defaults to the same old granny square cardigan or a basic beanie. And look, those are fine, but they're not going to turn heads. What does turn heads? Asymmetrical designs. Think about a wrap that drapes differently on each side, or a top that has an unexpected cutout detail. The butterfly top trend that went viral? That worked because it had visual interest. It wasn't just a rectangular piece of fabric with armholes. And here's something specific you can try. Instead of making a standard cardigan, try a waterfall cardigan where the front panels are different lengths. Use a lightweight yarn in a rich jewel tone like emerald or sapphire. The way it falls creates natural movement, and the color makes it feel expensive. This is the kind of piece people actually wear out of the house, not just around the home. Then there's texture. This is your secret weapon, and most people don't use it enough. Bobble stitches, popcorn stitches, puff stitches. These create dimension that photographs incredibly well. A simple shoulder bag becomes something special when you add a pattern of scattered bobbles across it. It catches light differently and gives people something to look at. Same goes for home decor items. A plain pillow cover? Okay. A pillow cover with a geometric pattern made from raised stitches? Now we're talking. Let me tell you about color blocking, because this technique is criminally underused in crochet. Instead of making an entire blanket in one color or doing simple stripes, try blocking out sections in complementary colors. Picture this, a throw blanket where you have a large cream-colored center square surrounded by a border of rust orange on two sides and sage green on the other two. It creates this modern art look that doesn't feel crafty in a bad way. It feels intentional and designed. And speaking of blankets, can we talk about size for a second? Everyone makes these massive king-size blankets that take 6 months to finish. But you know what's actually more useful and way more giftable? A lap blanket that's specifically sized for curling up on the couch. Make it about 40 by 50 inches. Use a thick chenille yarn so it works up fast. Add some fringe on the ends. This is something someone will actually use every single day instead of it living folded up in a closet. Now let's get into the smaller items, because these are perfect if you want to test out new techniques without committing to a huge project. Scrunchies. I know, they sound basic, but hear me out. If you make them in trendy colors with interesting stitch patterns, they sell like crazy. And more importantly, they're quick. You can make one in less than an hour. Try using velvet yarn for a luxury feel, or add small beads for some sparkle. These are the kind of items that introduce people to your work because they're low commitment but high impact. Coasters are another one, but not just round coasters with a basic single crochet. Make them geometric, hexagons, squares, triangles. Create a set where each one is a different color, but they all work together as a palette. Use cotton yarn so they're actually functional and washable. People love giving these as housewarming gifts, and they're a great way to use up scrap yarn while still creating something that looks cohesive and planned. Now here's where things get really interesting though. Plant hangers. Yes, they had their moment in the 70s, but they're back and for good reason. A well-made macrame-style crochet plant hanger in a neutral color, like natural cotton or gray, can fit into literally any home aesthetic. And plants are huge right now. Everyone has them, which means everyone needs something to put them in or hang them from. Make them in different lengths so they can be grouped together at varying heights. That creates visual interest in a space. But let's talk about the items that really showcase skill and creativity. Amigurumi done right. Not just basic round animals, but characters with personality. Think about adding embroidery details for faces instead of safety eyes. Use wire in the limbs so they're posable. Create little accessories for them. A bunny with a tiny crocheted backpack. A bear with a scarf. These details take something cute and make it special. Make it feel like a keepsake instead of just a toy. Wall hangings are having a moment too. But again, we're not talking about your standard granny square wall hanging. Think about creating texture landscapes, a piece where you use different stitches and yarn weights to create the feeling of a sunset or a mountain range. Use a chunky wool roving for clouds, tight single crochet in gradient colors for a sky. This kind of piece becomes actual art that people want to display. And if you really want to push yourself, try combining crochet with other materials. A basket where you crochet it around a rope core for structure. A tote bag where you line the crocheted exterior with fabric so it holds its shape and can actually carry weight. These hybrid projects show that you're thinking beyond just yarn and hook. You're thinking about function and durability. Here's something else that makes a project stand out: finishing. This is where so many people drop the ball. You can have the most beautiful piece, but if your ends are showing or your edges are wonky, it looks homemade in the wrong way. Weave in your ends as you go. Block your finished pieces, add a fabric lining to bags, sew on a button that actually matches the aesthetic instead of just using whatever you have in your drawer. These finishing touches are what separates something that looks handmade from something that looks professionally crafted. Let's talk about granny squares for a minute, because I know someone's thinking about them. They're classic for a reason, but the key is in how you use them. Don't just connect them all flat. Try joining them at different angles to create a three-dimensional effect, or make squares in graduating sizes and layer them. Use unexpected color combinations. Instead of pastels, try jewel tones with black borders. Instead of a rainbow, try an ombre effect where each square gradually shifts from light to dark. Shawls and wraps are another category with so much potential. The key here is drape. Use a yarn that has good drape, something with silk or bamboo in it. Create a pattern that's lacy enough to be elegant, but not so open that it loses structure. A triangle shawl with a simple lace border can be dressed up or down. It's the kind of piece someone reaches for constantly because it works with everything. And here's a pro tip for any project. Think about who would actually use this and where. A beach bag needs to be made with cotton or a synthetic that can handle getting wet and sandy. It should have sturdy straps that won't stretch out. A coffee cozy should actually insulate. A market tote needs to be strong enough to carry groceries. When you think about function first, your design choices become clearer, and your finished product is something people genuinely want. Now, one more thing about what makes these items attractive and worth making. Photos. How you present your work matters. Natural lighting. Style your pieces in use. A blanket draped over a chair with a cup of tea next to it. A bag hanging on a door handle. A plant hanger actually holding a plant against a clean wall. This isn't just about showing off what you made, it's about helping people visualize it in their own life. The bottom line is this: beautiful crochet isn't about following the most complicated pattern or using the fanciest yarn. It's about making intentional choices with color, texture, and function. It's about finishing your work properly and thinking beyond just completing a pattern. When you approach your projects with this mindset, everything you make becomes something worth keeping, giving, or even selling. Subscribe if you want more crochet ideas that actually work.